Hi, I'm Carl Lewis, Senior Service Technician here at Norfield. In this video, we're going to look at the Norfield 560 Sizer Beveler. The Sizer Beveler goes between the loader and the Eagle machine. The door is fed from the loader into the Sizer, where it is cut to a specific size, and it is beveled to make it appropriate for most of current hardware. To operate the Sizer Beveler, from the main operator screen on the Eagle, we'll select Sizer. We'll get this screen here. We'll make sure that we're in auto width, auto door feed, and the door feed is on. Then to start the Sizer, we'll press this button here. The Sizer starts, the width index is moving into position. Currently we are set for 1/4 inch under. If we want to change that, press the button. Now it's set for 1/8 under. To change those two values, if we go to setup, we can change those two values to anything we want to set. So I can change that to 3/16, like that, come back, and now I have 1/8 inch and 3/16 options. We'll set it back for 1/8 inch. When we're ready for the door, we'll go back to the Eagle machine and call for a door as normal with the eject pedal. If we want to do a manual size door, when we set the door width in auto, the loader will select the door size and the Sizer will match it. If we go to manual width, then we can set it for any odd width. For instance, we're set for 24 now, we can go to 26, and it'll manually run out to 26. We can also set that for an odd dimension if you have an undersized door special, like 25.5 inches. It'll go to 25.5 inches. The undercuts will still be the same. When you select an undercut, for instance over here you select 1/8 inch under, it'll cut the 25.5 inches minus the 1/8 inch. If you're unsure of what the decimal equivalent is for the size that you're picking, there's a small question mark here underneath the auto button, and that'll get you a decimal equivalent chart so that you can find the decimal equivalents for the fraction you're trying to enter. To go back to manual or auto, simply push the square, and now it's in auto width again. There's also a manual on the door feed. If I select manual on the door feed, then I have to push this button to feed the door through the machine. If I push the stop button and cancel out of that cycle, now I can feed the door forward or I can feed the door backwards. Either way. This button will feed the door back onto the loader. This one feeds the door forward into the Eagle. So to exit out of this mode, we'll push the play button. That'll get us just a forward feed. We have to turn the feed assembly back on and then go to auto. Then we can do an auto width also, and we're back to our standard setup. You'll need to open the hoods on the Sizer. That's for cleaning or maintenance. So we're going to lift the latch at the end, raise the handle. Do not turn loose of the handle, and when it comes up so that you can position it gently at the end of the shock. There is a proximity detector here that tells the machine when the hood is closed. This machine will not operate without the hood closed and this sensing the hood. When you're ready to change the Sizer blades are inside this aluminum housing here. To access that, we're going to take this one bolt out of the power feed drive, and then this plate and motor assembly will pivot over to the other side out of the way. There are 4 bolts in the top of the aluminum housing, and the cap comes off. find the cutter head inside there with one nut on the cutter head blade. Right. So there's a sander assembly to sand the edges of the door after it's beveled. This is the adjustment knob to increase the tension as the sanding wheels wear down. We'll turn it counterclockwise. When the sanding wheels have worn out, turn it clockwise as far as it'll go. We'll need to remove this cover to access the wheels. To do that, we're going to take this bolt out of the power feed drive, and this power feed plate will lay over to the side, 4 bolts out of the cover, and remove it, and then the sanding wheels can be replaced. When we're sizing the door, we've got our auto width. It calls for 24 inches. We start the sizer. We're looking for 1/8 of an inch under, so we'll expect the door when it comes out to measure 23 7/8. If that does not measure 23 7/8, then we'll need to calibrate the sizer. So what we'll do is we'll come in and we'll put one door on the loader and size it and measure the door without putting any other doors in behind it. So we'll size the door. It should be 23 7/8. If it's not, then we'll go to the service screen. We'll go to the supervisor access, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll go to sizer calibration. When we go to sizer calibration, it'll caution us that we need to do one door at a time. Continue. This number here, we're going to enter the actual size of the door that was cut. Push enter. Now the machine will recalibrate that other 1/8 of an inch to correct that. We'll have to push next and finish. Right? And then we should size another door and try it again and see if that's correct.